Alright, so for today's video, we're using our PEMDAS skills, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally skills. Remember, P stands for parentheses, which means you go from the inside parentheses to the outside parentheses. After that, we have exponents, which is what the E stands for. After that, we have MD, which is multiply and divide, and when we multiply and divide, remember we go from left to right or top to bottom. It depends. Like if we have 3 times 3 over, 9, you would do 3 times 3 first because it's on top, then you would divide by 9. And then we have add or subtract, which is from left to right. Okay, so let's get to it. So we are going to look at the front side of the worksheet that's there, or if you're doing this on Cami, this first page. And I'm only going to do a few problems with you. So the first one I'm going to do with you is number 2. So number 2, when I look at this, I see I have a parenthesis, so I want to do that work first. And this says 48 divided by 6. Well, 48 divided by 6 is 8. And since I did the parentheses work, I didn't mess with anything else. So everything I didn't mess with comes down. And then I have 7 plus 8. Well, 7 plus 8 gives me 15. So 15 is my final answer. And 15's letter is U. So for number 2, I'm going to put a U. Okay, the next one we're going to do together is going to be number 3, because this is a skill that's important for tomorrow. So we have 4 parentheses, 10 plus 2. Well, we do the parentheses work. 10 plus 2 is 12. So that 12 is now inside of the parentheses. So now we have 4 parentheses, 12. Well, remember, when there's a 4 next to a parentheses like this, remember parentheses is another way to say multiplication. So because that number 4 is right up next to the parentheses, this is saying 4 times 12. And 4 times 12 gives us 48. Okay, so that parentheses thing that I was talking about, how the number is right up next to the parentheses, that is super important, like for the rest of this semester. All right, the next one we're going to do, we'll do 5 together. So 5, we do the parentheses first. So the first parentheses we see here, we got 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is 9. So now we have 9 times 13 plus 2. We got another parentheses we can do work in. So we do 13 plus 2. 13 plus 2 gives us 15. So now we have 9 times 15. And 9 times 15 gives us a big number that is 120 something. Let's see, 15, 9, 4, 5, 135. So that's going to be R. 5 is R. All right, another one that's good to do. So I'm not going to do 6, but I'm going to do number 9, which is fairly close to what number 6 is. So we got 5 times 8 with a parentheses 1 plus another parentheses 26 divided by 13, and then close the parentheses. So I'm going to highlight the 2 different sets of parentheses. We got the square bracket parentheses, and then we got the round bracket parentheses. So remember from our notes earlier, when we have a double set of parentheses or more than one set of parentheses, we start from the inside and then work our way out. So on the inside, the innermost is the blue highlight. So we have to do 26 divided by 13, which gives us 2. So we have 2. And then we bring everything else down because we didn't mess with anything else. Now we have 1 plus 2 inside of the square parentheses. So now we have 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So this now changes into 5 times 8. We didn't mess with that. Square bracket 3 because 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's 3 is in the square parentheses, the square bracket. Okay. Next up, we have multiplication. And remember, this 8 right up next to this 3 here means multiplication. And since we have multiplication here and here, we go from left to right. So 5 times 8, we'll do 5 times 8 first. This is first. That's going to give us 40. So now we have 40 times 3, which is going to give us 120. And you can look at what letter that is next. The next one I'm going to do with you is going to be 10. So the next one I'm going to do with you is going to be 10. So we got this really big fraction bar. And remember, fractions mean division. All right? Now, the only way we can use this fraction bar, at least for right now, from the stuff that we know together, is we can only have one number up top and one number up bottom. So what we need to do is we need to do all of the work on the top of the fraction and the bottom of the fraction so that we get one number up top, or so that we are left with one number up top and left with one number at the bottom. So I'm going to start with the top of the fraction first. So first I have 7 plus 5. And 7 plus 5 is 12. So now we have 12 times 3 up top. And I can work at the bottom kind of at the same time. Working with my parentheses again, because we got to get rid of parentheses stuff first. First, we have 6 times 7, which is 42. And then I have 46 minus with that. Okay, we still have a couple of numbers at the top and the bottom, so we got to figure out the final number for the top and the bottom. So 12 times 3 gives us 36. And at the bottom, we have 46 minus 42, which gives us 4. So now we have one number up top, one number at the bottom. We can do 36 divided by 4, which gives us 9. So 9 would be our final answer. And these are all the examples I'm going to do with you. The rest you have to do on your own. So good luck. And if you have any questions, please let me know.